We are discussing about salts. In previous class, we discussed about baking soda, its manufacturing and its uses. Now we are going to discuss about washing soda. Soda is mainly used for washing clothes. In our daily life, we used washing soda for washing our dresses. The chemical formula of washing soda is Na2CO3 10H2O. Sodium carbonate decahydrate. Deca means 10. Na2CO3 is sodium carbonate. By adding 10H2O, we get washing soda. If we heat and remove all water in Na2CO3, it will not work as washing soda. For that, you can just try it. Take some detergent powder and heat it up. After heating some time, you can take and mix it with water. It didn't form forms just like our detergent forms. You can simply try it. Its manufacture is, we already discussed in the manufacturing of baking soda, Solvay's process. We get baking soda as an intermediate product for the preparation of washing soda. For making baking soda, we stop our Solvay's process in a intermediate stage. First, heat NaCO3, sodium hydrogen carbonate, well. By heating, we get Na2CO3, sodium carbonate plus water plus carbon dioxide. Take this sodium carbonate and add water by the process of crystallization. Then we get washing soda, Na2CO3, 10H2O. That means first we heat NaCO3, we get Na2CO3. It is dry. It didn't contain water. Then we add water to Na2CO3, then heat, and by cooling before complete evaporation, we get Na2CO3, 10H2O. That process is known as crystallization. Main uses of washing soda is manufacturing of caustic soda, glass, soap powders, borax, and in paper industries. For removing permanent hardness of water. What is permanent hardness of water? Put your clothes in a bucket of water, dip completely and take it out. Then you can see many parts without wet. That means water didn't reach each and every part of your dress. If you do the same in a detergent water, all the part will completely wet because the detergent water is very lighter. Detergent removes the permanent hardness of water, so water can reach each and every point of your dress. As a cleansing agent for domestic purpose, in our daily use, we use washing soda for the cleaning dresses and many other utensils or other home appliances. Another salt is plaster of Paris. You can plaster of Paris is a white powder. You can see many beautiful designs made on ceilings and walls of rooms and many dolls. All these are using plaster of Paris. We simply call it as POP. Its chemical name is 2CaSO4 H2O or CaSO4 half H2O, calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Just like our washing soda, plaster of Paris also contains water. One plaster of Paris molecule CaSO4 contains half H2O. If we remove this half H2O also, it didn't act as plaster of Paris. There is you can see many dolls or other idols made by using plaster of Paris. In our home, we use plaster of Paris to decorate our walls, to use as putties. If small holes in our walls or ceilings, we add this plaster of Paris as filling agent. Its raw material is gypsum, CaSO4 2H2O. Making process is very simple because you can see the chemical formula of gypsum is CaSO4 2H2O. The chemical formula of plaster of Paris is CaSO4 half H2O. That means if we remove half H2O from gypsum, we get plaster of Paris. So this water, we can't see this water in gypsum or in plaster of Paris, just like our salt, our common salt. How we get the common salt? Simply by evaporating seawater, we get plaster of Paris. We get salt, common salt. But this common salt contains many dirty matters, mud, remainings of plants, animals, and many other dirty materials. After evaporation, we take this salt and again mix it with water and remove all other impurities. By using many methods, we clean this salt water. Then we do another process that is known as crystallization. We remove all the water, but complete removal of water causes a salt powder. So we get a salt as a crystal because we didn't remove all water. The salt crystals remains water. This water is known as water of crystallization. This is water we can't see with our eye. If we put salt in a open area, after some time it melts. That means it contains water. Water of crystallization we can't see in our normal eyes. When gypsum is heated at about 100 degrees Celsius, it loses a part of its water of crystallization. That means half water. CaSO4 2H2O heat 100 degrees Celsius, we get CaSO4 half H2O plus 3/2 H2O. If the temperature exceeds 100 degrees Celsius, the whole water will evaporate and crystallization is lost, and we get anhydrous calcium sulfate. It's a dead burned. That means it didn't act just like plaster of Paris. If we add water to plaster of Paris, we can make many molds as we like. If it become dead burnt, if we add water, it didn't act just like a plaster of Paris. Its main uses in making cast for manufacture of toys and statues, in medicine for making plaster cast to hold fractured bones in place while they set. It is also used for making cast in dentistry. Many of you feel fracture in your bones, hand or legs, etc. If we go to hospital, they put a splint, a scale, and apply plaster of Paris to it. It become very hard and our bone become straight. For making the surface of walls and ceilings smooth. For making decorative designs on ceilings and walls and pillars. For making chalk, for writing on blackboard, we use in our daily life. In schools, for writing on blackboard. For making fireproof materials. The plaster of Paris is fireproof. We use it in many purposes. Even in your iron box also. A lot of purpose use plaster of Paris in our daily life. Last one is bleaching powder. Bleaching is a process of removing color from a cloth to make it whiter. Bleaching powder has been used for this purpose since very long. Its chemical name is CaOCl2, calcium oxychloride. Calcium oxychloride is the chemical name of bleaching powder. In our daily life, we use this bleaching powder to purify our water, to kill germs in our water. Its manufacture. The required raw material is slaked lime, calcium hydroxide, chlorine gas, Cl2. The process of making bleaching powder is known as Hasenclever method. In Hasenclever method, the plant consists of 4 cylinders made of cast iron with inlet for chlorine near the base. This is the plan for Hasenclever method for manufacturing bleaching powder. It contains 4 chambers. In uppermost chamber, we add slaked lime. In lower chamber, we add chlorine gas. Chlorine gas go upward and slaked lime go downward and meet it in between these 2 chambers and make bleaching powder. We can collect bleaching powder in the bottom of the chamber. CaOH twice, that means slaked lime, calcium hydroxide plus chlorine gives CaOCl2, bleaching powder plus H2O. Its uses in textile industry for bleaching cotton and linen for it to become white. In paper industry for bleaching of wood pulp. Wood pulp contains many colors. By bleaching this, we get white paper. In making wool unshrinkable, used as a disinfectant and germicide for sterilization of water. In our wells, we use bleaching powder as a germicide for removing germs. For the manufacture of chloroform, used as an oxidizing agent in chemical industry. There are many uses for bleaching powder in our daily life. These are the main salts we use in our daily life. There is a lot of other salts. Salts means it contains one metal and one non-metal. In our daily life, we use many salts for many different purposes.